Hello, and welcome to Resident Evil. This is the OG release, but played via Steam. I did manage to get my controller working. It just involved mapping keyboard keys to the buttons. But we're here. And
Resident Evil.
we're gonna play it. Notably, this is apparently based on the Japanese release, which is apparently easier than the US release, because the first few Resident Evil games, for whatever reason, they just made them harder for the US releases. But whatever, we're going to be playing through as Jill first, because Jill's story has Barry in it, and Barry is the best character in this game. There will be no argument on that subject. Like, if you don't have Barry, you're missing out on a bunch of the best lines. Also, it amuses me that this game that released on the PS1 is using...
is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission.
You haven't found it?
No, I haven't found it yet.
It's using 12% of my 5090's resources.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people.
I see they're using the
Victims were
uncut
apparently eaten.
the uncut intro.
Bravo team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
Hey there, Califor.
It was Bravo team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However,
Is the
it was soon
FMV not
discovered
getting
why.
picked up by the stream? That's a shame. Let's see if the non-FMV parts get picked up. They should. I hope they do.
What is this?
Wow, what a mansion!
Okay, yeah.
Wesker, where's Chris?
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this. Stay alert!
Wesker, are you aware that your feet are clipping through the pre-rendered background somehow?
A dining room.
It's unfortunate that the FMVs don't get picked up. That means there's a couple scenes later that also probably won't get picked up.
What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
We all hope this is not Chris's blood. So here's another FMV that probably isn't getting picked up. If so, it's a real shame. But I can't find out until... The FMV is short enough that... Yeah, looks like it didn't get picked up. It's short enough that YouTube preview can't show me whether or not it's being shown in time.
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this. What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
And unlike in the remake, that zombie's head got popped here, so he's not getting back up and shuffling back into the other room. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that OBS doesn't capture the FMVs. I have to wonder why that is. I could probably fix it by telling OBS to just capture my screen instead of the full screen, but
Jill, and don't
that-
leave this hall for the time being.
that carries some risks. Though, let me just see real quick. Oh, hey, there's some black lines on this screen that aren't supposed to be here at the bottom there. How do I open the map? Do I open the map? I mean, I can open the map like this. But, I'm gonna check something real quick, see how feasible it is. Unfortunately, when I, tab out of this game, it leaves you on a frozen screen with no audio whatsoever. But that's just what we have to deal with for now. And it looks like I can probably... Yeah, I can probably do a full screen capture. Just give me a sec. So I need to take this to... Or I need to add a new source. No capture cursor. And apparently it's not capturing anything at all. Oh, because I haven't selected a display to capture. You know what? That's fine. And then we'll add another. Just give that a nice copy and paste. Except I also need to copy the transformation on this one and put it on that one. And copy the transformation on this and put it on that. And now we are going to hide the game capture. And then we'll take the display capture and say, hey, to capture that one, does this work? It doesn't look like it works. Or maybe it does work. We'll find out in just a moment. Yeah, no, it's not doing it. Or is it? It is. Okay. And now for the moment of truth. Do we have the expected visuals? I'm gonna say probably not. Because, yeah, no, that's not at all how it's supposed to look. Okay, my idea of capturing the display did not pan out. That's a shame. Man, I did enough testing to see that the gameplay itself could be captured. I didn't see if the FMVs would be captured.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, It can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall.
Actually, I have an idea.
This time, I'll be there.
I have an idea indeed. Hang on a sec. Because I know I had a different means of playing specifically this game on stream exactly once before. Do I still have it? I need to find out. This is just gonna be a quick thing. Outlander, that is a good question. When is the berry route for RE1? When do we get to have this? These are the important questions that not enough people ask. Let's see here. I believe it would be in here. Would it though? Hang on. Do I still have it? I think I'm getting closer. No, it's not in there. Okay. Would it be somewhere else? Please tell me I still have it, please. It's not looking good. Wait, is this it? That is not it, no. Dang. Because I believe it was I had the PS1 version of this game via the PSP shop, and I've got PPSSPP, the PSP emulator, on here. But since the last time I reinstalled Windows, I appear to have only gotten Freedom Unite and Portable Third loaded on here, and I have no idea where I have hidden the Resident Evil 1 from myself. So unfortunately, while that would have let me capture the FMVs, it appears to be not an option. Anyway, let's get a map. And apparently Jill is not allowed to climb on top of this in this game. That's a remake exclusive feature. Excuse me, sir. Is there nothing hiding past you, sir? Shouldn't there be items here? I have heard people complain that there's, like, no ink ribbons for Jill in this version of the game. Maybe that's actually a true thing. Though I don't feel like it should be ink ribbons there. gee, I wonder which of these things is movable. Also, dude's just got a skull, a spinal cord, and, I don't know, a pelvis or something. Yeah, looks like a pelvis and a femur. Not fever. Just hanging out in his hallway. The Spencer estate is weird. Goodbye, dog. I feel like there should be an item under that one, or maybe it's only under the second one? Something that is going to bug me is the mapping for this game has circle mapped to opening this menu. Triangle opens this menu, but cancel is on square, which is wrong and should not be the case. Missed a couple shots because the dog got out of my line of fire. There we go. I will take the clip. And here's a camera angle that we would see repeated in the remake. Armor door. Hope there's no zombies in this bathtub. Okay, there's no zombies in this bathtub. Hope there's no zombies in the toilet. There's nothing useful in the toilet. Apparently, there's nothing useful in this room in general. We could almost be a Jill sandwich. Let's go almost be a Jill sandwich. Nothing unusual about a tapestry. Just making sure there's nothing hidden anywhere. An urn with a beautiful picture on it. Nothing unusual. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm sure that meant nothing. It's locked! It's locked! It's locked! It's locked! It's locked! It's locked! But it's also locked!
Hey, what's going on?
Jill? Is that you, Jill? What happened?
Harry, help me, please. The door won't open. Quick!
Stay away from the door, Jill. I'm gonna kick this door down. Hurry! This way! was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life. But Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the dining room to do some research? Why on earth are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Now, let's get back to searching for the lost captain and Chris, shall we?
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
Outlander, the occasion for Resident Evil 1 this time is it came out on Steam. And so, since I'm done with the other games I was playing, I'm playing this. And as for whether I ever felt this game was scary or ever experienced this game in a way that made me feel it was scary, my answer is going to be no. Resident Evil 1 Remake, the answer would be yes. Cool, I'm getting wobbled. Yeah, Resident Evil 1 on the PS1 was... I played it for the first time after I had played Resident Evil 1 Remake for the first time, so... Yeah, not exactly the prime way to have a spooky time with this game. They call it a chemical, but it says Earth. Oh, hey, look, there's some clips in here. One of my uncles has a friend who's a huge gun nut. And at one point, there was a discussion on such going on social media. And said friend of uncle chewed me out for referring to magazines as clips. And was like, oh, that just proves you know nothing about guns and you shouldn't even be talking here. And it's like, my guy, clip has been... Wait. I guess that's why there's no ink ribbons for Jill. She just doesn't need them? Weird. Yeah, clip has been a colloquial term for the magazine for a gun since at least the 90s. I think we need a sword key for anything over here. Okay. My guy, are you gonna actually go down and stay down this time? He's not staying down. And I put my knife away. He's not staying down either. Do you guys have any other moans? Okay, he is staying down now, though I can't personally see the blood pool. Helmet key. Ah, this one's just not even locked. Okay, so we gotta go from the cradle to the grave. All living things are destined to die. Tired middle-aged man? No, that's way too old. Newborn baby? There we go. So that one's young man. What about this? An infant. That's a little older than a newborn baby. A lively boy is older than an infant. A young man is older than a lively boy. And then we got a tired middle-aged man. We got a bold-looking old man. And finally, people mourn for the dead. I don't know why they thought this music was necessary, like... This is music for some kind of dramatic reveal that changes everything. But here the reveal was just, there's a key item behind the painting. Wow, what a reveal. Truly earth-shattering. And yeah, Outlander, there are definitely games that are spookier than this one. 100%. But, I mean, when you compare it against its contemporaries, there is at least something to be said. Like, I know it's hard to believe, but this was one of the most realistic-looking 3D games at the time of its release. I mean, look at that zombie. He looks like a real guy. And, like, there's blood on the screen, and... oh, there's characters who got eaten, and... you don't always have everything you need to take care of a zombie. And, yeah, it's not the scariest game. I can't personally imagine it being as scary as people say it was, but when you consider it in the context of its time, it's at least not quite as silly as it is nowadays. Because nowadays, you see Resident Evil 3, or not 3, Resident Evil 1, and compare it to its remake, and OG RE1 is just a silly little game. By the way, I haven't been using it, but this version of the game does have door skip. You just press the button again, and the door is just open. We don't have to watch every door get opened. See? Outlander, the only thing they've touched up for this port is the texture filtering. Botany book about medicinal herbs. As you may know, there are many plants that have medical effects. Since ancient times, humans have been healing wounds and diseases using various plants. In this book, we're going to sample 3 herbs that grow around the Raccoon Mountains and give their outlines as examples of those plants with medical properties. Each herb has different colors and different effects as medical plants. The green one recovers physical strength. The blue one neutralizes natural toxins, while the red herb does not have any effect by itself. The red herb is only effective when it is mixed with other herbs. For example, if you mix this herb with the herb that recovers physical strength, the recovery effect will be tripled. By adjusting the amount and experimenting with these 3 herbs, you can create various kinds of medicines. But I'll leave the details in your hands because that's the best way to acquire true knowledge. Yeah, this is just... GOG took the Japanese version of the PS1 game and slapped it on PC. And that's what we got here, is that game. Like, they gave us options for anti-aliasing, which I have not turned on, and options for texture filtering, which I have set to 16x. But beyond there, like, even the resolution is not different from the original display. Like, you can still see all the pixels on Jill here. And if I were to undo the cropping that I have, well, you would see something very silly. In fact, if I just come over here and I'm going to just real quick copy the transform on the game capture here, and now I am going to reset the transform, you will see how this game is actually being rendered. Right there. That's it. That's the whole game. Right up there in the corner. You see it? You see it? That is the whole game. That is the resolution it is being rendered at. That's it. They did not increase the resolution. You can tell the game before it launches that you are running it on a 4K display, but it does not change the output resolution one bit. That is what it renders as. And now, if I paste the transform back, then here we go. We've got it actually at a viewable size. Yeah, it runs at full screen. They just didn't change the resolution in the slightest. This guy is not done. So yeah, texture filtering is literally the only thing that has changed graphically about this version of the game. I was a moment too late in pressing. Anyway, he's done now.
Barry!
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Whoa, this hall is dangerous. Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we?
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
What a this haver Barry is. I suppose they have made a couple other changes. Like, they removed the concept of ink ribbons from this game, apparently. I don't like that. That ain't right. Well, hey, now we've got a bazooka. It's Forrest! He's been pecked to death by crows! That feel when you remember there's no quick turn in this game? Yeah, Lander, I also don't think the store page mentions anything. Incidentally, this is the Steam version of the GOG release, which is only different in that for whatever reason Capcom decided to apply Enigma DRM to it. Because, you know, we gotta have DRM in a game that is 30 years old. Like, actually 30 years old. We hit the anniversary last month. And that is a port of a version that is on the same platform, just not on Steam, and that had no DRM in that release? Like, the GOG release doesn't have DRM. They added it for the Steam release of the GOG version of the game. It's just, it's mind-boggling that they decided that this needed DRM. Thankfully, my system seems to handle it just fine. But apparently, some systems experience a couple dropped frames upon screen transitions. I might as well use one of my green herbs. Almost said ink ribbons. This is not an ink ribbon. There are no ink ribbons. What's an ink ribbon? Because, I mean, why be at yellow fine when you can be at green fine? Anyway, hello typewriter. Might as well use it. It's also possible that, so apparently this is Jill Easy instead of Jill Normal or whatever. But it's also possible that that's just how OG RE1 was on the PS1 in Japan. Because they did specifically make the game more difficult for the Western release, probably to discourage rentals. Because that was a thing back then. Oh, is the game coming out in the States where game rentals are a thing? Let's make it harder so that they cannot beat it in one sitting. And thus, they are encouraged to buy the game instead of rent. Anyway, I hope you're ready for some 4 Itchy Tasty. Keeper's Diary, May 9th, 1998. At night, we played poker with Scott the Guard, Alias, and Steve the Researcher. And apparently poker is a proper noun in this universe. Steve was really lucky, but I think he was cheating. What a scumbag. May 10th, 1998. Today, a high-ranking researcher asked me to take care of a new monster. It looks like a gorilla without any skin. They told me to feed them live food. When I threw in a pig, they were playing with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out the guts before they actually ate it. We still haven't seen this bioweapon, like, ever, as far as I'm aware. Like, on the one hand, I can kind of almost see how they would describe a hunter like this, except hunters do have skin. And they're not exactly very gorilla-like. There's eliminators in RE0, but those are chimps, not gorillas. There's a huge size difference. And they also have skin. So, like, what bioweapon does this refer to? I think it's one that we still, to this day, have never once seen. May 11th, 1998. Around 5 o'clock this morning, Scott came in and woke me up suddenly. He was wearing a protection suit that looks like a spacesuit. He told me to put one on as well. I heard there was an accident in the basement lab. It's no wonder, those researchers never rest, even at night. May 12th, 1998. I've been wearing this annoying spacesuit since yesterday. My skin grows musty and feels very itchy. By way of revenge, I didn't feed those dogs today. Now I feel better. May 13th, 1998. I went to the medical room because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on my back and the doctor told me I did not need to wear the spacesuit anymore. I guess I can sleep well tonight. May 14th, 1998. When I woke up this morning, I found another blister on my foot. It was annoying and I ended up dragging my foot as I went to the dog's pen. They've been quiet since morning, which is very unusual. I found that some of them had escaped. I'll be in real trouble if the higher-ups find out. May 15th, 1998. Even though I didn't feel well, I decided to go see Nancy. It's my first day off in a long time, but I was stopped by the guard on the way out. They say the company has ordered that no one leave the grounds. I can't even make a phone call. What kind of joke is this? May 16th, 1998. I heard a researcher who tried to escape from this mansion was shot last night. My entire body feels burning and itchy at night. When I was scratching the swelling on my arm, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? May 19th, 1998. Fever gone, but itchy. Hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy, itchy, Scott came. Ugly face, so killed him. Tasty. 4. Itchy. Tasty. Hey there, Mary. So, you, played the Japanese version of RE1, huh? Yeah, I can't say that I played RE1 that early. My first experience playing an RE game was the GameCube remake when it came out, and I did not play through it all the way in one sitting, because I was, I believe, junior high at the time. And the first time I booted up the game, had some rather special circumstances. I was spending the night with a friend who was that day staying with his mom's boyfriend, who was very well off. And yeah, we were in a literal mansion. Like, huge building. We were playing on the biggest CRT TV I've to this day seen in my life. The room we were in was huge and really cold because it takes a long time to heat a room that big, apparently. But yeah, we were in a mansion playing RE1 Remake for the first time with no knowledge of what to expect. It was an experience that I will not forget. Hey, look, it's an armor key. But yeah, I was, I guess you could say I was somewhat traumatized by it, and I did not pick the game back up for a few months after that. Actually, yeah, let's go this way to the item box. Having Resident Evil 1 as your favorite game is actually a fairly unusual opinion. Most people that I know, when asked if... most people that I know who say that one of the 3 original Resident Evils is their favorite will say that it's Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3. Having them say Resident Evil 1 is their favorite is unusual. And fascinating. I mean, I can see it. Resident Evil 1's a great game. They're all great. There are very few Resident Evil games that I would describe as not being great. And this is not one of them. When it comes to Resident Evil games, I would say are not great. Hey Jill, you want to maybe push this a little more? There you go. Resident Evil 6 comes to mind. Resident Evil Gaiden comes to mind. But if we're talking about spin-offs, Resident Evil Gaiden is hardly the worst. And also, I liked Resident Evil Gaiden quite a bit. It was far better than I feel like it had any right to be, given what it was. Gotta go grab the other crest. Oh, but since we got the armor key, I think we can go have another scene with Barry if we go right now. And I am a sucker for scenes with Barry. Unfortunately, we've already missed a couple scenes with Barry, but that is how things go sometimes. We don't get to hear him speculating about what caused Forrest's death. I mean, it looks like he was killed by a crow or something. Come on, Barry. No Barry! Sad. Researcher's will. My dear Alma, the fact that you have received this letter is both a joy and a sadness for me. I could not even talk to you because of that guy in the sunglasses. Alma, be calm and read this. I think I've told you that I moved to a pharmaceutical company's lab. They headhunted me. Last month, there was an accident in the lab and the virus we were studying escaped. All my colleagues who were infected by the virus are dead. To be accurate, they've become the living dead. They still wander around. Some of them are knocking on my room door desperately right now. But there's no sign of intelligence in their eyes. That cursed virus takes away all humanity from the human brain. Love, joy, sorrow, fear, humor, eternally. And Alma, even the memories of the days I spent with you. Yes, I'm infected. I did everything I could, but I could only delay the progress by a few days. The most frightening thing is that I forget more about you by the day. So I chose a peaceful death rather than becoming the living dead. Within an hour, I will have entered my eternal sleep. I do hope you'll understand my decision. Goodbye, and forever yours, Martin Crackhorn. Okay, I had to push it the other way. Thankfully, the cleaning staff in this mansion works very diligently. Oh, never mind, did not have to push it the other way. I had to... Someone has searched here already. Right, we drain the aquarium. And then we can push it out of the way. And now we can push the bookshelf. And open this up and find Explosive R. It's well arranged. The fact that there's only Explosive R instead of a key item there. RE1 Remake is just so good. It's such a good game. I fully understand that people say that, oh, RE1 Remake is not a replacement for OG RE1. Like, yeah, this game should be experienced. RE1 Remake doesn't completely replace everything about this game. There are some experiences that you will not get in the remake that you do get in this game. Like all of the silly dialogue that I love. With every last ounce of my heart, I love this game's dialogue. But it is very silly, and we do not get it in the remake. They paid homage to it in many cases, but it's just not the same. And also in the remake, they did more, or they put more effort to making the mansion look like a real lived-in space instead of this odd, mostly empty liminal space. And so it's just a very different vibe. So, like, yeah, the remake, while in terms of gameplay, I would say the remake beats this 100% every day of the week. There's still some aspects to this game that the original does not have replaced by the remake. But then, like, yeah, just as a game in terms of the general flow of the game and how it plays and all that, everything they changed was, or at least almost everything they changed was for the better. RE1 Remake is so good. So do I... Like, there's a button here on the floor. Ah, we press it with input. There we go. Hey, look, there's the sun crest. And yet this one, we didn't get the big reveal music. I guess the sun crest isn't as earth-shattering a reveal as the star crest. Let's continue on this way a little bit. And we still have more uses for the armor key. Every time I play OG RE1, I'm always surprised again by how much you use the armor key. RE1 Remake, the sword key was the one that got used the most. RE1 Original, it's the armor key. And it feels weird. I should not be wandering around with so much. I need to find a zombie to fire one shotgun shell into so that I can free up some space. So, I hope you guys are ready to learn that this house has monsters and terrible demons. Ouch.
Richard, what happened?
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
You're wounded. What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a huge snake and also poisonous. Ugh.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
There is serum. Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Thanks.
Yes, I know where the serum is. I'm gonna go get it. What kind of demon attacked you? It was a giant snake. So it wasn't a demon at all. It was something you actually have words for. Alright, give me that serum. Back to Richard. Alright, Richard, you better still be alive.
Here's the serum. Richard, hold on. I'll give you a shot now.
Jill, here's my radio. You should keep it. I'm...
No! Richard!
Jill, be careful.
Made it in time with the serum and he's still dead. What did we even go get the serum for? What? We can't fit infinite rounds in our grenade launcher in this version. Every version of RE1 I'm familiar with, the grenade launcher could hold an infinite number of rounds. But apparently it only holds 6 in this version. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep saying grenade launcher, it's our bazooka. No need to go there. Still not done with the armor key. In what world would you say no, don't use the lockpick? Like, the fact that they ask us if we want to use the lockpick implies that there is a world in which we would say no. In what world would we say no? I simply cannot imagine ever saying no. Okay, so we've got a couple of herbs in here. And beyond that, apparently there's nothing special and nothing major. Right, we need the armor key to get outside over here, don't we? Still not done with the armor key. Hey, Jill, maybe face towards the dog. Okay, so clearly the shotgun is not what to use against dogs. Pretty sure it would have only taken one extra bullet with the handgun. And the handgun would not have cost me shotgun shells to use. Okay. So there is nothing else for us to use the armor key on in this side of the mansion. What key did this need? Helmet. Wait a second. I don't remember what key we needed over on this side. I don't think it's armor. I think it's gonna be helmet or maybe even shield. Hey fellas. You weren't here last time I was here. Doofer. Yep, that's helmet. Wonder where those two came from. 'Cause yeah, last time I was in that room, they were not present. Now we're done with the armor key. No need for a broken shotgun. What was in here? Right. Well, let's get ourselves the key we need, but hang on. No, I should do this first. I shouldn't be traveling so heavy. Should have put away my acid rounds. That's what I should have done. And I shouldn't have come in here, but rather here. Right, I need to make space before I can even grab that. I was really hoping I could combine those, but whatever. I don't know that I still need the lighter, but I'll keep it on me just in case. Oh no, we're trapped. Hooray, we're saved. Okay. Was just wondering where we were in physical space, and yeah, that's the planter that had a bajillion herbs on it. I guess this wall is actually one-way glass. Or a one-way mirror, rather. Or something. And we've got our shield, so now we can go fight Yawn. But first, let's go use this blue jewel. Some tigers have a red eye and a blue eye. Some of them do. And here in OG, that is actually a required item, or a required thing to do for progress. Whereas in the remake, that tiger is entirely optional. forget. What key was this? Helmet. It's always helmet. So many things require the helmet key. And we don't even get the helmet key until, I believe, Plant 42. Might as well munch on this. Because again, why be at yellow fine when you can be at green fine? And now we get to use our weapon that's really powerful, especially against living things. I wish quick turning was in the game. Okay, well, we beat Yawn. But oh no, poison exclamation point. Oh. I don't know that I've ever managed to defeat OG Yawn without getting poisoned. Or, for being accurate, envenomated.
Am I poisoned? Give me the serum.
Well, someone gave us the serum.
Barry. Barry?
Good old Berry Berry. And since we have every crest, let's go use them. I think it would have been faster to actually take the other path. Across the upper floor. Yeah, Outlander RE3 remake for $4. Yeah, 100% fantastic deal. I urge anyone who has not played RE3 remake and who doesn't own it to get it. Like, yeah, $4 for that game. Anyone who says that game is not worth $4 is lying to you. Or else just not being honest with themselves. Like, it's one thing to say, oh, it's nowhere near as good as OG RE3. That is very arguable. Like, you will never hear me say OG RE3 is not good. OG RE3 is great. RE3 Remake is still fun. I wouldn't call it as good as OG RE3.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Please respond. What the hell? Is nobody out there?
Brad, this is Jill.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Anybody answer me. This is
Brad?
Brad.
Brad!
But yeah, $4 for RE3 Remake. Really, really good price. Anyone who says it's not worth that is just being dishonest. Though, incidentally, RE4 OG is on Steam for, I believe, the same price right now. And it is arguable which one of those two games is worth the $4 more than the other. Like, which one is more worth $4 than the other? I would argue they are both phenomenal experiences for the price. I would argue that OG RE3 is the better experience. If what you're looking for is a more full-fledged game. But if what you're looking for is a more thought-out gameplay, like, action system, then there's room to argue that RE3 Remake is the better product. And also, RE3 Remake, I will say, does have better characterization for its characters than OG RE3 does. That's right, we gotta push this thing like a mile in this version of the game. Yeah, I will never say RE3 Remake is a bad game. I will say it's not the greatest RE3. But, even so, it's still a fun time. Especially for $4. For $4, 100% worth. Sir. I love that they remade this music for RE1 Remake. And I love that the remade version of the music is so good. continues to be no world in which I would say, no, don't unlock the desk. Hope there's no zombies in the tub. And now we have the key to the sea room. Not gonna need our crank for a bit. I don't think we're gonna need the lighter, but then again, we don't need an empty handgun, and sure, I do have plenty of bullets I can put in it, but we don't need an empty handgun. Not when we've got 22 shotgun shells. Oh, hey, look. Some explosive R. I'm gonna try something. If we combine these outside... No, we can't change... Why can't I put these in it? Is it because there's too many in one stack? What if I... Nope, can't go the other way. Can I tell it to empty? Nope. Okay, so if you stack your rounds higher than 6 in this version of the game, you become unable to put them in your bazooka. Except, I guess, probably by the automatic reload instead of a manual combine reload. That's annoying and lame. Like, sure, they probably did it for balance reasons, because the bazooka was kind of super overpowered before, but I don't like that. It's not how it's supposed to work. I should save. Thankfully, the statue stays there permanently. Not the bees! I've actually heard another thing about this version of the game. It is possible that the V-Jolt is not craftable in this version of the game. Plant 42 report. 4 days have passed since the accident at the plant at point 42, and the plant at point 42 is growing amazingly fast. It has been affected, spelled incorrectly, you need an A there. It has been affected by the T-virus differently than other plants have been, and shows unique shape in addition to its size. Looking at the way it behaves, it is now difficult to determine what kind of plant it was originally. There are 2 ways in which Plant 42 gathers nutrition. The first one is through its root that reaches into the basement. Immediately after the accident, a scientist went mad and broke the water tank in the basement. Now the basement is filled with water. It is easily imaginable that some chemical elements were blended in the water and promotes the incredibly fast growth of Plant 42. Another part of Plant 42 from the basement grows through the duct and hangs down like so many bulbs from the ceiling of the first floor. Many vines come out of those bulbs, and they are the second resource for its nutrition. Once sensing movement, Plant 42 shoots its vines around the prey and holds it. Then it starts sucking up blood using the suckers located at the back of its vine. It also has some intelligence. It blocks the door by twining its vines around it, especially when it captures prey or is sleeping. Several staff members have already fallen victims to this. May 21st, 1998, Henry Sarton. Back in my day, we would have needed the red book here. But I don't think I should go down to the Aqua Ring just yet. I say back in my day, but back in my day was actually the future. And that, I believe, is Plant 42's room. Betcha I'm poisoned. Nope, I'm fine. It's broken. A 6-ball. A 3-ball. A 9-ball. If this were the remake, we would need the lighter in here. But this isn't the remake. So there's a 6, a 3, and a 9. But that is all the information we have here. I guess we also know what colors the things are. Yeah, this isn't about that. This is just about lighting up all the things. I need to actually think about this, apparently. You know what? Let's close out, and now... if we poke that, and poke that, and poke that... easy. Something is written on the wall. 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3 plus 4 equals 7, 2 plus 4 equals 6, 6 plus 7 equals 13, and 13 plus 3 equals 16. I'm gonna need more space for this. Something is written on the wall. Water equals 1, red equals 2, purple equals 3, green equals 4. Yeah, apparently you can't interact with most of the chemicals here in this version of the game. Maybe that's just the Jill easy mode thing. We don't have to V-jolt. Though it feels wrong to not even try. Then again, I don't believe we've been given the recipe for V-Jolt yet, so maybe there's that as our reason. Maybe once we learn what V-Jolt is, we can synthesize it. Anyway, let's get down to the Aqua Ring. Right, we don't have the key to 3 yet. I think 3 is where I'm going to need the red book. I hope we're ready to push boxes for way too long. Boxes that appear to be way too dark. Wait, I need to push this the other way first so that I can push it down. This is too against the wall. That's better. And back to pushing boxes for way too long. I much prefer the remake version of the Aqua Ring music. And if we're being fair, I also prefer how the remake version of the Aqua Ring is not a square. It's a ring. It looks like a plant root. There's a bag here, nothing useful inside. Time for an FMV you're not allowed to see because this is the Steam version of the game and FMVs just don't work. Goodbye, C-Room key. But anyway, it showed a first-person view, a shark's eye view of Jill's butt being approached. I have moved the lever, and now we are no longer in chest-high water, and Neptune has been defeated. What a difficult boss that was? Question mark? A sound from the room next door. It's a good thing they kept these shells above chest height. Did I see another sparkle over here? Maybe it was a graphical issue. This game, or this version of this game, does have a few of those. Hi, Neptune. I still can't do anything in here. Good old Aqua Square. V-Jolt report. As I stated in the last report, there are some common features found in the cells of the plant infected by the Tyrant virus. We also have found another interesting fact through some experiments. We found an element that destroys these plant cells rapidly in UMB number 16, one of the series of UMB chemicals that we used for that experiment. We named this UMB number 16 as V-Jolt. In our calculation, it will take less than 5 seconds to destroy Plant 42 if we put the V-Jolt directly on the root. You need to mix some of the UMB series chemicals in a specific order to create V-Jolt, but the UMB series chemicals may generate a poisonous gas which is harmful to the human body. Extreme caution should be taken when handling these chemicals. Following are the types of UMB series chemicals and their brief characteristics. UMB number 2, red. NP003, purple. UMB number 4, green. Yellow 6, yellow. UMB number 7, white. UMB number 13, blue. Stimulating smell. V-Jolt, UMB number 16, brown. Now a book is missing. And while we could go fight Plant 42 right now, I would much rather see if V-Jolt is now possible to synthesize. But first, we're going to the bathroom. Hello, sir. Flame rounds are good. Especially against planty things. Back to the item box. Why? Why am I not allowed to just put these in here? I was able to swap in the acid rounds, wasn't I? Why can't I swap in any other type? Why do I have to empty it before I can put in another type of rounds? Well, now I can make me some V-Jolt, hopefully. There's a UMB number 4. Okay, so we did just have to learn about V-Jolt first. One plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 4 equals 7. We need to find 2. And we gotta mix water with 2 to make 3. There we got 7. Two plus 4 equals 6. So, the way they render UMB number 2 changes between there's a UMB number 2 and will you put UMB number 2 in the empty bottle? They move the period from UMB to number. Yeah, give me that UMB number 4. And now let's mix 2 and 4. And then we'll mix 6 and 7. And now I just need UMB number 3, don't I? Yep. I don't believe we needed all 4 bottles. I think we could have done this with just 3 of them. So why is diluting UMB number 2 considered a different chemical? Like, you put water in it, and they call it a different thing. Like, it's just diluted UMB number 2. Anyway, there's some V-Jolt. Hooray. Let's go give Plant 42 a present. So, it should only take 5 seconds to kill Plant 42. Surely it is completely dead, and there will be no boss fight. Just like with Neptune, with whom there was no boss fight. Shame the game doesn't say, hey, you don't need these bottles anymore, want to get rid of them? My inventory is clogged with bottles. I mean, the V-Jolt bottle is gone forever, apparently, but the 3 empty bottles stick around. And let's get a mixed herb, just to have a little something to heal with, if needed. And some explosive R probably wouldn't be the worst things to carry around. I should save. I hope I don't have to come back here later and fight Yawn in first-person mode. I shouldn't have to. This isn't Deadly Silence.
Wesker!
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
Is that right? Anyway, it's good to see you're safe.
Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
Yes, you're right.
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
Dude thinks he's gonna find more clues if he goes the direction that I came from. Talk about a lack of faith. You know what? I am going to put away these explosive R. And grab my Beretta back. As well as my clip and my clip. Which I will then combine. And I think I'll also grab my clip. Okay, that's everything. Because while I do have, honestly, plenty enough shotgun ammo to never care about using the handgun ever again.
This is Brad. I know you can't answer me, but somehow you need.
This is Jill. Brad? It's broken.
I probably never have to worry about using the handgun again at this point, if we're being honest. Just considering the other ammunition I have to my name. But the handgun just feels like it's better against dogs than does the shotgun. Or than is the shotgun. Shotgun just feels bad against dogs, is what I'm trying to say. Doesn't feel like it's very effective against them. Takes only one less shot than the handgun does, and shotgun shells are so much more valuable against zombies. So yeah, if I encounter a dog, I would much rather use the handgun for it. But it's not dog time, is it? No, it's hunter time. Hey, look, he's running through the garden, jumping up the elevator. Oh, we saw his green hand. Oh, he's coming to the door. He opened it with his hand. Oh, he's coming to the other door, the one that we just went through. He's opening it. Anyway, that's our first hunter. Oh, I need the lighter in here, don't I? Or no. We need the light switch. Magnum rounds? I don't even have a Magnum. Doom Book 1 is kind of necessary, though. There was a medal in the book. Dude was just trying to do his one-shot move. I'll put some bullets in the back room. Use them in case of trouble. Barry. Barry, that's a first aid spray, not bullets. And these are shells, not bullets, and these are rounds, not bullets. Barry just clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. And since we're not going to be fighting any dogs inside, I'm going to go ahead and put this handgun away. Especially since Barry just gave us so much ammo for free. So we don't have the key for that room on the east side because that is the dressing room that we cannot get the key for on this run. The basement on the west is locked from the inside, so we can't get that. And now I gotta go upstairs so that I can actually see the second floor map. Here we actually do have a use for the helmet key. One shot. Oh boy, time to spin a record by hand. Except not. This isn't Deadly Silence. Yawn defeated. I did get bitten once, but I am not re-poisoned. And this time, Yawn ain't coming back. It's too dark to see anything.
Jill, have you found anything interesting?
Yes, but I can't see very well.
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait.
Hey, what's going on?
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait. I'll go and get another rope.
Barry? Barry?
If we do not wait, Barry dies. And therefore, we will wait because it is canon for Barry to live. So we're just gonna sit here until Barry comes back. Thankfully, the other rope was pretty nearby, apparently.
Hey! Are you there, Jill? Grab the rope! I'm sorry, Jill.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Sorry. I was really careless.
Are you okay, Barry? Maybe you're getting tired.
No, I'm all right. Don't worry. Jill, I found something.
Pass number 8108310.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
Wow, way to reuse voice clips. He didn't even say he had this, but you said, I'll take this then? There's a switch below. There's a ladder. And you'll note that the music here is not the ass band playing the Song of Farts. This is not Director's Cut DualShock Edition. Hey, fellas. Bye, fellas. Did the guy you were munching on have anything other than 2 herbs? Looks like no. Gee, I hope no ordinary zombies come down through here in an FMV. Oh, someone's shambling down the stairs. In this FMV you can't see. Oh no, they reached for the doorknob with a hand. Oh, and the door's opening. I hope that wasn't an ordinary zombie, the likes of which we have already seen many times, and in fact we've had a hunter open a door in an FMV before we could see this. The fact that they have a zombie come through there in an FMV when we can't even get here until after hunters have spawned in is nothing short of ridiculous. How dare you, sir? Dropping me to yellow, fine. Well, we can fix our yellow fineness. Oh, we're just allowed right in here, huh? The desk is locked. Oh, look. Ammo for a gun I don't have. Scrapbook. Raccoon Times, May 27th, 1998. Animal attack? Woman mutilated. May 20th, around 10 p.m., a 20-year-old young woman's body was found by a passerby on the left bank of Marble River in the Cider district of Raccoon City. Raccoon police assume it to be a grizzly or other animal's doing because there are teeth marks along her mutilated arms and left foot that show considerable power. Since she was wearing a hiking boot on her remaining foot, it has been determined that she was attacked in the Arklay Mountains and fell into the river. They are hurrying to identify this woman. Raccoon Weekly, June 16th, 1998. Monsters in Arklay Mountains? Some people claim they've seen monsters in the Arklay Mountains. Well, they didn't bury the lead there. The monsters are supposedly about the same size as large dogs and usually run in a pack as wolves do. This may sound like a group of ordinary wild dogs, but these monsters are surprisingly fierce and hard to hurt. They say these dogs won't bother you unless you wake them, so you smart readers should stay out of the Arklay Mountains for the time being. But if you're looking for adventure, check it out! You want to try? Seriously, people have seen monsters, they're hard to hurt, they won't bother you unless you wake them. So stay out. Or maybe don't. Raccoon Times, July 9th, 1998. Mystery on Arklay Mountains! Mountain road blocked. Due to successive disasters in the Arklay Mountains, the city authorities have decided to block the road leading to the foothills. At the same time, Raccoon Police intend to begin the search for lost people with the help of STAR's team members. They expect great difficulty because of the vast size of Arklay Mountains and the primeval forest that covers most of the area. Also, people are still reporting sightings of grotesque monsters in the mountains. Oh. I don't need no clip. I can look over the courtyard from here. It's a helicopter port. If I could contact the other members from there. Some people call them helipads and not helicopter ports, but sure. Okay, we gotta put something there. Hey, look, here's a something. I will take the ammo disc. I hope no mystery creatures show up. I mean, it looks like no mystery creatures are going to show up, so that's fine then. Wasn't there like a Chimera in here in Deadly Silence? We do need the battery. I should have grabbed the explosive rounds first. Oh, ouch, I'm hurt so bad. Phew, I'm fixed and at full health, and therefore can grab the explosive R. I'm gonna wait. Dude was eating another zombie. So that's why Barry gives us the passcode, in case we don't think to drop down the hole again. Can you guys stop wobbling me? I'm at caution. I'm in serious danger. Serious danger. If I had an open slot, I would be in less serious danger. But now we're fine. Because if I had an open slot, I could have just gone to the garden room and gotten a bajillion herbs. But instead, I had to make it in here. Okay, yeah, it sure doesn't let us put more than 6 rounds in the bazooka in this version of the game. Kablooey. Kind of amuses me that we just explode their arms off. And now we've got enough healing to walk around with. Still at green fine. Wait a sec. We need to go use the last use of the helmet key. Excuse you. Still fine. Get out of here, helmet key. And now this is open. Orders. Top secret, July 22nd, 1998. 2:13. To the head of the security department. X day is approaching. Complete the following orders within the week. 1. Lure the members of STARS into the lab and have them fight with the BOW in order to obtain data of actual battles. 2. Collect 2 embryos per BOW type, making sure to include all species except for Tyrant. 3. Destroy the Arklay lab. The Arklay lab. They've misspelled it here. Including all researchers and lab animals in a manner which will seem accidental. White umbrella. Fine, I'll take the Magnum rounds. Ouchies, I have been hurt by hunters. Make sure this is pushed all the way up against the wall. Okay. Up we go. Give me that. You know, I'm told that some tigers have a red eye and a blue eye. And what if this was one such tiger? Hey, look, it's a Magnum. Sorry, a Colt Python. So very rare to see actual gun manufacturers' names in Resident Evil games, but I guess we've got Beretta, we've got Colt Python. They weren't afraid to use actual gun names in this Resident Evil game. Let's put these Magnum rounds into a single slot. That's what we should do. And we'll grab the acid rounds here and put them into the box, so that we can keep them for later. I'm traveling way too heavy, but it's fine. I'm gonna need the crank soon, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Crank. Of course, the real source of my issues is that I'm walking around with 3 different guns plus ammo for each of them. Honestly, I should put the Magnum away until we get to the lab. Because if 32 shotgun shells and 14 grenade launcher rounds isn't enough to deal with whatever's to come, then I probably don't deserve to beat whatever we're gonna run into. And I'm aware that I do not have any healing items on my person at the moment. That is a deliberate choice, because there's every herb in the world right here. Also, ouchies, I am at yellow fine. And now we never have to walk past those snakes again. Battery placed. Elevator ridden. Oh, completely missed this map earlier. Probably not going to give us much info at this point. I mean, I guess some. Really? Okay, then I should have grabbed the green herb first. I was thinking that I could mix the red and blue and have it work, but nope. Time for scree. In this house, we love OG RE1, or OG Resident Evil, just in general, crank noises. There should be an item box in here, right? There's a typewriter. That's a hexagonal hole. We only have a square crank. I've sworn there was an item box in here. Maybe that was remake only.
Oh, Jill. What good timing. A moment ago, I heard someone's voice coming from this hole. Let's go together since it's dark and we can't see very well.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, then I'm gonna cover you. Let's hurry.
Since it's dark and...
Are you all right? I can go first if you want me to.
Okay, let's go, Barry. I'm depending on you.
Since it's dark and we can't see very well, he says, when there's a very bright light on screen. I don't need no first aid spray. Okay, but can I have the explosive R? Be real nice if there was, say, an item box around here. Thanks, Barry.
Is that Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Yeah.
Right there. Are you with anybody, Jill?
What? Oh, yes.
Enrico!
So, Barry and Jill together.
Are you all right, Enrico?
The stars are doomed. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella. Ha!
Enrico!
Barry stepped out of the letterboxing. That's how skilled he is. He cannot be contained. I kind of need inventory space. Oh no, I'm poisoned. Oh. Oh no, I'm hurt badly. Oh. Barry is investigating. He couldn't have moved because of this injury. He's holding something. Something that I don't need. I guess the hex crank is either under the ammunition, or it's right here. Could something harm me real quick? Hey, you. Thank you. Ouch, I'm hurt badly. You all good in here, Barry? Really would have helped if I didn't have an empty chamber. Map, where the hell am I? Isn't there, like, a item box really close by? Yeah, I think it's near where Black Tiger is. I don't know that this room is shaped like this map says it is. Another hunter. Another 2 hunters. Do they just respawn in here? Infinite hunter glitch? Not a glitch, but just a room with infinite hunters. Lots of screedy. We are cranking so much. If this was remake, I'd still have to crank it one more time to open up a direction this way. I should not have to save right now. Gee, I hope this rock never ever moves. The rock moved. Excuse you. So that, I believe, is the door to Black Tiger. And over here is just some flame rounds that I cannot possibly pick up with my inventory the way it is. Because I need an item box badly. Well, Black Tiger's done. Ah! 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 Well, that was unpleasant. There was no body for those babies to even come from. So there's a knife over there that I can use to get the webbing off this door, but I think I'm gonna have to shoot it. Okay, shooting it does not appear to work. So we need to go find an item box. I could have sworn there was a save room with an item box in here somewhere. Like, somewhere really close by. Specifically so that we would be able to grab that knife and knife the webs off the door. Oh, but if I were to, say, accidentally drop just one of my explosive R, then I would have room for a knife. Oh, oops, Butterfingers, I dropped one explosive R. This is not the door with the item box. Suddenly, snakes! Okay, here we go. I don't have any just green herbs in here, huh? I don't think we need any cranks right now. Pretty sure I need the eagle medal very soon. Shouldn't I also have the wolf medal by now? That, I believe, goes up to where we use the metal. Oh, we do still need a crank. Hex crank? Hex crank. That's square crank. There's hex crank. Squeaky. Keep on cranking, Jill. Hope that rock never moves. Good old map of underground. Which has added exactly one room to our knowledge. And hey, we found a second MO disc. I'm gonna go put the crank in this MO disc away. Actually, we might still need the crank. I think we still need the crank. I'm gonna keep the crank. I am gonna put away these herbs, because they're just taking up space, being worthless until I find a green herb. Part of me wants to go back to where the other rock was and get the flame rounds from there. That's where the wolf metal is. That part of me that wants to go back and get the flame rounds is being overruled by the part of me that knows that I have enough magnum rounds to last me the rest of the game. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and ignore the flame rounds. Well, now we find green herbs. Eat wolf. Suck on eagle. Hey look, it's an FMV! There's water draining from the pool! Oh boy, that sure did drain, and now there's a thing opening up so we can go in there? Wow. Just occurred to me that the ending is gonna suck. Being that the ending will be purely FMV. Okay, let's put away this green herb. Trade it for the red herb. And this crank can go in there. And let's grab our Colt Python and Magnum rounds. Just trying to empty out the bazooka so that I can ditch it. And now we have all 3 MO discs. And we don't scan them here, do we? Nope. Someone used this only recently. Suddenly blue. Researcher's letter. June 8th, 1998. Dear Ada. Ada, by the time you read this, I'll be something different. Today's test turned out to be positive, just as I expected. I feel like going crazy when I think about becoming one of them. Ada, you're not infected, and I hope you never will be. In case you're the last one left, take the material in the visual data room and go to the power room to operate the triggering system before you escape, and make all this public through the media. If everything is in order, all the locks can be opened by the security system. You can access the system if you log in with my name from the terminal in the small lab and enter the password. The password is your name. To unlock the door at B2 where the visual data room is located, you'll need to access with our names first and then enter another password. I've written the code below. I'm sure you'll understand it easily. And this is my last hope. If you find me completely changed, please kill me yourself. Password? That. Yours, John. John. Ada. Why did Jill think of Ada's name in all caps? Tree Apple Man Woman. Okay, so it's M. Oh, I've missed a file. Wait, where's the... Oh. Why is this before the V-Jolt report? Okay, so yeah, the first one is M, then we need, like, the fish, and then the... thing. M-O-L... E. Mole. It's mole. Okay. Nope, don't need that. Alright, that weapon is now empty. Where'd you come from, sir? I should go ditch the bazooka before anything else. And I'm going to briefly deposit my extra Magnum rounds so that I can grab the ammo discs, because I think we're about to find where we're going to use them. And hopefully I won't just be walking around with 3 ammo discs for much longer than I'm supposed to. I killed every zombie in this room earlier. I guess they just respawn, huh? You'll note this PC has no USB ports, Because they weren't invented yet. John. Password ADA, because back in 1997, we didn't need our passwords to be more than 3 characters long, with 2 of them being repeated. Permission denied. Well, let's put in a little mole. Yeah, we want the slides. And I did grab the MO discs too early. I guess the zombies are coming in from that little hole in the wall. Excite 1998. Hey, look, a passcode output machine. If only I had an MO disc. If only. Passcode 01. I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son. Genesis 22:16. I feel like we should have had a little bit more there. Oh. I already have the passcode. Okay, so we do still need 3 different passcode output thingies. I could have sworn they all went in the same place in this game. Whatever. A fax! To General Manager of Sanitation Division from Special Committee on Disasters, Raccoon Special Research Department. This memorandum is strictly confidential and must be destroyed as soon as it is understood. Regarding the T-virus outbreak, which occurred recently, this committee conducted a field survey. According to the survey results, estimates on the amount of damage caused by the accident are considerably greater than reported earlier. First, although it is very difficult to obtain accurate data in terms of actual numbers, it is thought that more than half of the researchers died after exposure to the T-virus. The body count will most likely increase since nearly all of the survivors show symptoms peculiar to the T-virus. Second, our security system is still in operation. However, our special security guard squad has been nearly destroyed. Because of that, research information considered by our company to be top secret has been made available to outsiders. Countermeasures should be taken as soon as possible. Finally, many of the subjects from the experiment have escaped and are out of control. We believe that some researchers were killed by these subjects and their bodies were mutilated. By curious coincidence, these events are proof of the success of our research. However, there is also a very high risk that this news may be leaked to the press if we don't act immediately. The condition is very serious. Our operation to cover up the situation is difficult to attain. However, we hope the problem will be solved quickly. We are especially concerned that the state police and STARS are intervening too quickly. We need to act on this situation as well. Most of them are fiction books. Cardboard and posters, nothing useful. How would you like exactly one passcode? Unfamiliar physics symbols are written here. Umbrella Inc. Bioweapon Materials. MA-39 Cerberus. FI-3 Neptune. MA-121 Hunter. T-002 Tyrant. Hey look, there's a guy that we recognize in the Bioweapon Research Institute R&D staff. There's a switch. Who doesn't love a lab key? This camera angle makes it look as though there's more room behind the pillar over there, but no, that's just the pillar that moved. So there's nowhere to put an ammo disc in here. And this isn't an ammo disc reader. I was hoping I could get by without a bite. Well, there's a red herb. We need to cover up those grates before we push the stairs in place. Right, we need to like... because we can't push this block left from here. So I actually needed to not move the stairs there. Whoops. Okay, time to try this again. I'll have you know, I did not intentionally step on that button. Actually, I can push this down to get it out of the way. Because it can be pushed back up from down there. No problem whatsoever. No, not that way, Jill. There we go. And now we can push the stairs over this way to get them more out of the way, and then push them up to get them even more out of the way. Right there'll be good. Keep pushing them, Jill. Really? Are you considering the stairs to be in the way of that? Jill, come on. Okay, now that those vents are covered, we need to get these stairs where they're actually usable. Jill, it helps if you actually push the stairs instead of slipping through them. Really, game? This doesn't count as being close enough to that? Guess we gotta do this whole thing again. Okay, so the stairs probably gotta be a little bit further up from where they are right now in order for this to work. But to accomplish that, first I need to push them a little bit further down so that we can get this box out of there. And then push the box up some. Make some room for the stairs to go where the game demands them to be. Now we'll push the stairs down. Push the box up. Push the stairs over. Push the box over. If I can maneuver myself over there. There we go. Then push the box down. Then push the box over. And now there's plenty of wiggle room for the stairs to go. Provided I didn't actually trap them somehow. Game, please do not tell me I've trapped the stairs. How? How even? Okay, they're untrapped now, even though I didn't move them to the side at all. And now... this better count, game. Game, please. Is there something else I'm supposed to be pressing in order to get in there? Game. Game, please. Why does this not count? Will this count? Even though this looks like it's pretty much exactly where the stairs were on my first try? Okay, this counts. That was annoying. What do we got? We have got magnum rounds. Sure, why not? And a door. And an ammo disc reader. Passcode 2. I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of the cities of their enemies. Genesis 22:17. They really scrubbed the religious references from later releases of Resident Evil. And here we've got a save room. Definitely grabbing this green herb. Oh, hey, look, there's flame rounds. But I can probably make do without. And while I said I was definitely grabbing the green herb, I did not say that I would keep it on my person. Might as well save. Hey, Jill, it would have helped if you had faced the Chimera. Hey, you know what? It has become clear to me that the best move here is to just try and avoid them. Boy, I sure wish there was quick turn in this game. This room is very loud. Like, this room is ridiculously loud. And of course I'm in danger. And I believe the little dead end around the corner there is where the last ammo disc reader lives. Sure is. Passcode 3. And through your offspring, all nations on Earth will be blessed because you have obeyed me. And we were one hit away from dead. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that.
Resident Evil.
Feels weird that there's no menu noises for selections on the main screen there. Also feels weird that it took like a year for the saves to actually appear. So I'm thinking our shotgun is actually no longer worth keeping on us. I do have a bunch of acid rounds. By a bunch, I apparently mean exactly 8. And let's get a second healing item in here. I guess double green herb is what we will do, because I don't seem to have a red herb anywhere in here. There. Did I see something else on the shelf? I saw books. Those books are worthless to me. Did I need to do anything in this room? No, this room is just here to introduce us to chimeras. It's this room that's got the thing that we need to activate, as well as the passcode output machine. Wait, no, the first room did have a thing to move the power over here, which is necessary. Oh, we need to go down the other path. Buddy, can you not? Okay, now everywhere's got power. And apparently flame rounds do not kill these guys. That sure does. Okay. Now we're out of the noisy room. Still in a noisy room, but not as noisy. And now let's go put in the other passcodes.
Jill? Is that you, Jill?
Oh, Chris, you're alive!
Of course. Damn it, we're in quite a predicament, Jill.
I know, Chris. Anyway, I have to open this room. It doesn't work. Well, Chris, I'll be sure to come back and help you soon. Will you wait here?
Thanks. I'll be waiting here for you.
The way they said that implies that they both thought he had another option. Will you wait here? She says to a man who is locked inside a prison cell. Thanks, I'll wait here, says a man who is locked inside a prison cell. I should save again. Like, I don't expect anything to happen that will jeopardize our save. But still going to save just to be sure. Don't want to have to go through the... What do you mean it has no power? I thought I turned on the power.
Jill! Jill, you're here too.
Yes, you're here too?
Look, I lost my way.
Let's get going.
Canonically, Wesker is injecting himself with the T-virus right now.
Wesker?
You did a fine job, Barry.
Just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission as ordered by Umbrella. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry!
Barry's such a fool. He'll be under the control of Umbrella forever.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes, though both you and Barry seem to think I was following orders from Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl, but if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant.
Barry,
Sorry, Jill.
how's your family?
I was listening to what you and Wesker were talking about. I wish I realized it earlier. I thought it must have something to do with Umbrella, you know. So it's all been masterminded by him.
But it's good that you know that now. Anyway, let's get out of this house first.
Jill,
Yes, what?
do you have any idea what Wesker was going to show you at the back of this place?
Well, he was talking about the world's most powerful biological weapon, called Tyrant or something, I think.
Do you think we could see Tyrant now?
Barry, you're so optimistic.
It would look bad for Stars if we let such a dangerous creature run loose.
Maybe you're right. Let's go then.
All right, let's go then. Oh boy, I hope you're ready to not see another FMV. Here it is. Oh, Jill's standing in front of the tank and there's a tyrant inside. Oh, yup, that sure is a guy with a weird looking face. Oh, and his heart's beating outside his chest. And his hand is a hand with, like, fingers that twitched.
Can a creature like this really be the ultimate biological weapon?
Really? Wesker is a crazy man.
Tyrant is not completely developed.
But we can't let it live. That must be the computer for monitoring this creature.
So, that heart isn't connected to anything. Like, you would think the aorta there would be connected to something.
He can't control what it does.
Anyway, what a final boss. Yeah, no, I don't need that. Hey there, Barry, you good?
Barry? Barry? You're alive!
I'm really embarrassed. I was clumsy.
Let's get going.
Should have started using this Magnum sooner.
happened to Wesker?
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover
Wesker
immediately.
must have set it off.
Unlock
There's not
all
much
rooms
time left for us.
evacuation.
The fact that it says to take cover and not evacuate,
The triggering system
seems misleading.
all researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms for evacuation. The triggering system has
Hey
now
Chris,
been
I'm told all doors are unlocked.
All researchers and guards should take cover immediately.
Oh, Jill!
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
So everything is done?
Well, almost, yes. Now let's go.
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms for
Let's go.
evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated.
Rude.
All researchers and guards
Where'd you come from, guys?
unlock all rooms for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers
Let's
and
go.
guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms for evacuation.
Hurry!
The triggering system has now been activated.
This is Brad.
All
Running out of
researchers
fuel.
and
If
guards
there is
should
anyone
take
alive,
cover
contact me
immediately.
now, okay?
Unlock all rooms for evacuation.
It's a shame Rebecca's not gonna survive, but
The triggering system
at least we got Barry and Chris.
All researchers and guards should take
And if we're being real, Rebecca doesn't matter to any future stories. Whereas Barry and Chris are both essential. Excuse me. Excuse me again.
No, you must be kidding. After you've come all the way here.
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
But Chris...
Give me a chance to play nice.
Okay, I leave it up to you. See you again at the heliport.
All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms.
I guess technically Rebecca matters to a future plot if you count the movies. But I don't recall any games later in this franchise where she contributes anything.
And guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms for
Thankfully, this game was made before they made Capcom brand helicopters that always crash. Oh no, the tyrant wasn't actually dead after only 3 magnum shots.
It's coming! Jill! Kill that monster! You're our Amazon, Jill!
Well, I don't think he's getting back up after that. And now it's time for an FMV that you're not allowed to see. Oh, snap. The helicopter's coming in. Yep, that sure is a helicopter. It's having a bit of a shaky descent, but it made it down, landed safely. And now we're taking off. Yep, that sure is a helicopter leaving the site. And oh no, the mansion exploded. And now Jill is leaning her head on Chris's shoulder. Chris sitting there smiling at the camera like he knows he didn't do anything this entire game. Barry's checking out his gun. And now the helicopter is flying into the sunrise. And that's Jill's best ending. Hooray, we did it. And now we get music that does not sound like it belongs in a Resident Evil game. I wonder if you can even see the credits. I hope this doesn't count as an FMV that you're not allowed to see. I really hope it is, thing. But it's looking at this point like it probably is not visible. Anyways, just a clip show of things that happened. Oh, I showed Barry fighting Plant 42 with a flamethrower. We didn't have that happen. And yeah, it's looking at this point like the credits indeed count as an FMV and do not get shown. And unfortunately, they're not skippable, so we're just stuck here. So I'm just gonna be talking over this very not Resident Evil-y music. But that's just the way it goes. Oh, Barry just protected Jill from a hunter, like he actually did in our playthrough. And now Jill's firing a grenade launcher at a Chimera. And, oh, Wesker is telling Jill to go in that room, but then Barry clocked him over the head. Good job, Barry, you did it. Oh no, the tyrant just whapped Barry. And now Jill is saving Chris. Oh, remember when that happened? That was like minutes ago. Oh, and now the tyrant showed up, but Jill's got a rocket launcher and she's just running away from it while holding the rocket launcher? You don't need that much distance, Jill. But hey, she fired it. And there's the title of the game. This game's called Resident Evil, by the way. And now we've got a picture of an actress who is supposedly Jill. Total time, 2:36:32. Number of saves, 9. I've got the special key. Find closet. Oh, good. It lets you see the picture of the actress who is supposedly Jill. Might as well just plop this completed save in the first file slot. Anyway, that's Resident Evil 1 as Jill. We have completed it in one sitting. Hooray. And that's going to be it for this stream. So thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all that. And I will be back on Thursday when we're going to play it through as Chris. And maybe I'll find the PSP version I had so that we can actually see the FMVs. Because, yeah, I think being able to see them adds something to the game. So, yeah. Thanks for dropping by. Thursday, more Resident Evil 1. See ya then, friends.